How's it taste? You chewed it up?
Yeah, it's gone.
For real?
Yep. He's already done that.
He was just carrying this coffee. I found this brand. I was like, alright, well, see what he likes that. Apparently he likes it.
I'm gonna fired.
Up there?
Yeah, you can put it up there. I figure I'll take a pinch of it with my fingers and put it in his mouth and he'll be like, eh! But, nope, I got myself a coffee drinker, finally.
No, he's already been into the coffee before and filled his mouth.
Good boy. Yeah,
No,
you like
it's
that stuff?
disgusting.
No wonder you'll be awake all night tonight.
Exactly.
Hey. Not sure what you're saying. Alright, high time to get back at it. Put our beam in this church. Took a very relaxing day today. I did walk over here earlier. So yesterday we had a little bee war go on. Not bee war, sorry, ant war. And I noticed there's lots of dead bodies today. That guy's still crawling around. But there is dead ones all over the place. Lots of them. So I don't know what the deal is on that, but I'm guessing that's exactly what it was. Some kind of a battle between two hives. Or not hives, colonies? I don't know what they call that. And they must have been duking it out. I thought I saw something. Yeah, there's still something. So maybe they live up there. Or maybe they have ants in their church. As you can still see, I don't see anything now, of course. Occasionally, though. Right on the edge, you see that? I wonder if they have an attic full of ants. Maybe. Idea. Wes, you gonna open this door, buddy? So I can get in? Ooh, it's zoomed in, man. You gonna open it up?
Yep.
Awesome. Let me in! Okay, so yesterday we started in here and took out a wall. Today we're gonna put a beam in there. Is it necessary? Not really. If these were factory trusses, I would have said no. But these are homemade with scabs of plywood, and I'm just a little bit concerned. I just feel safer with a beam. They got lots of headroom in here. It's not going to bother anybody. It's still going to give a wide open look in here. And we went all out with the beam as an LVL, as you get the most amount of support and bearing. It would never sag. It'll just be good for forever. So this is what we've got in here just temporarily to carry some of the load. This is your trusses, and they got plywood cleats on them and not a whole lot of nails. And the joint, this top board only goes to there, and then there's a splice, and then it carries on, and the bottom one splice in the same spot. So to me it makes a weak spot, and that was sitting on this old wall. So is it going to come down? No, I doubt it. But if you had a big snowstorm up there someday, it could, I suppose, because you get all that extra weight is sitting right here on these guys. This guy here is cantilevered past this wall into the next. And so, I mean, it would have to literally snap in order to come off. It'll never come down, and it's holding it. So it's just this portion I was concerned about. I feel safer putting a beam under here. It'll hold the load. I'll never have to worry about it. You know? To be remembered as that guy that had the broken motorhome here and caused the church to fall down. So we're just going to do it right. Put the beam in, call her good, and then we can take this little stud wall out. This stud wall out, and they'll have a nice big room in here. got the job done. Sorry I forgot to film the end of the job, so I did film it now, but it's pretty poor lighting out there. It's getting pretty dark outside, so it all went in smooth as can be. We nailed that beam together. It's a 3-ply beam, so we nailed it together solid both sides, and put jack posts underneath it. There's no way that thing's ever going to move, and it'll handle any kind of load they're going to throw on that roof. So another job well done. Got cherry picker in here. I didn't have any chain. He hasn't brought me a chain yet, but I got this ratchet strap. Seems to be working. I hooked it onto the motor mounts on both sides. That should be enough. Should be enough for me now to get the oil pan out, I think. I hope. So that's the oil pan here. And yes, I think that's going to be enough. I won't be able to film it at the same time, but I'll try to get it out of here. Okay, so I ended up getting it off. Not a lot to see from here. I'll try to get under a bit more. So that is the oil pump, as far as I can tell. And this was down in the sump where it sucks. So you can see there's a bunch of guck on there. So I can't remember if I said this or not, but when I got this thing, I don't know the last time I had an oil change. It was disgusting. It was like really thick and gross. And so we've changed it a couple of times, but that's obviously not a good thing. So that's the bottom end there. That's my crankshaft. Get my hands in there. Crankshaft runs through here. Okay, and then these are connecting rods attached to pistons. So this is piston 7, I believe, and that's 8. This is 5 and 6. Excuse me. And it's number 3 and 4, I believe, that are the issue, which are right here. You see that? It ain't supposed to do that. And this one's not as bad, but it clacks a little bit as well. See that? And that's the noise we were hearing. And so there's bearings in there. They're not actual true bearings in my opinion, but that's what they call a crankshaft bearing. It's just a flat plate, and it's gone. Likely because it wasn't getting oiled properly would be my guess, because of this, but I don't know. And the mechanic's not here, so I'm just telling you what I think. All the other ones seem pretty tight and doesn't seem to have any issues. I can't get any of the other ones to move at all. And the crank itself, I mean, I don't know. This is the only thing that's really loose. And it makes sense because that's where the sound was coming from. So this one is actually cylinder number 3, and that's where I found it was the noisiest. It was right around cylinder number 3. I actually thought it was in the head, but it looks like it's not in the head. Yeah, 1 and 2 are in there. Can't reach them from here, but they felt nice as well. So this is definitely our issue. Now, what to do about it, I don't know at this point. I got the oil pan off. Hoping Gordon's coming tonight yet. I don't know. He's a pretty busy guy. So this transmission needs to come off. Tranny's here. He wants to unhook this part. I've never done any of this. Otherwise, I would just give her up and here and there. I've been doing stuff. I got all the exhaust off and the drive shaft, things like that off. But, I did lift this up now. I took the oil pan off. But and also, if he could see how it came apart, he's gonna have an easier time putting it together, which makes sense. So, but I don't know if I can just take these bolts off and then have a look at the shaft. Probably could, I guess. But I might just leave it for him. But you can definitely see there's our issue. I'm surprised how loose it is, considering it just happened too. Like, we never heard any noise till now. And it seems odd that both of these, so however these get oiled, I guess maybe it was plugged or something and it wasn't getting oiled with these, and that's why they went so fast right there. I'm not sure. But other than that, I can't see anything else wrong. If this crank is shot, then hello. If this crank is shot, I did look. It looks like I can get a new crank for like $350 or something. And then that comes with all the bearings, all the crankshaft bearings that I need. I'm likely also going to need at least a couple of connecting rods. I don't know if you should be probably buy them all. Replace all of them right away, I guess. The pistons themselves should be fine. But yeah, I don't know. I've never done this, so I don't really know. I'm going to leave that up to Gordon to figure out. And then this oil pump we were going to change at the same time, just because we don't think it's running right, or he doesn't think it's running right. The oil pressure gauge is kind of wobbling around a bit, so yeah, that's better. The boy shut the lawnmower off. They're really cutting the lawn over there. Waylon's not heavy enough. He wants to cut the lawn, but he's not heavy enough to keep the seat down. So Wes is riding along, keeping the seat down, so Waylon can cut the lawn. Anyway, it's pretty nice when they work together like that. One thing I am going to work on, actually, in the back of this transmission. Where's my transmission? Anyway, whatever. On the back of the transmission on these P30s, instead of having a park brake, every vehicle's got a park brake. Some of them would have a notch in the transmission. There's like a, I don't know, it's like a plug that goes in, keeps your transmission from moving. These guys, because they're so heavy, they don't do that. Also, you can get park brakes on your back axle. They don't do that either. There's actually a brake drum stuck to the back of the transmission on these. And, I mean, it works fine. But there is a problem with these on those, because there's I think they call it the little green switch or something. They go, and so you can actually have the brakes lock up while you're driving. It's a common problem. Mine doesn't work. I don't have a park brake. You can hear it working, but I don't know if the brake pads themselves maybe are shot. I have no idea. I thought I'd open it up and take a look at that while I'm waiting anyway. So we actually just use a wooden block to keep the brake pedal down, and then when we get out, we always put blocks underneath all the tires so it can't roll away. And that's how we've been operating for the last 4 months. But it might be nice to get the brakes fixed, or get that part fixed if you can.
Dad. Yay. Yay. Daddy.
What's 15 times 8?
3.
3.
Dad.
And what's 54 times 5?
4.
4. And what's 36 times 25?
4.
What's 36 times 25?
4.
4? Thanks for telling me all the answers. That's how
Four. Thank you.
That one's 4 too?
Out of reach for the city line.
Thank you.
This
Nice.
ain't where I belong. And look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me